when you create Azure AD, typically it gives you a standard AD, and Microsoft recommends we should convert our standard AD into a premium AD. There are some list of benefits what we have, and that's the reason we need to convert standard AD into a premium AD. So first benefit is self-service password reset. Or self-service password reset is in on-premises we have some credentials, and now you are integrating on-premises with Azure AD, which I am going to talk about in 10 minutes. So say example, if any cloud user reset their own password or they want to reset their own password in cloud, we can do that with the feature called self-service password reset, this option. Self-service group means we can manage self-service group. We can create my own groups in Azure AD if I have given a rights to do that. Conditional access is a new features in Azure AD. Conditional access means, take example, I want to access cloud application from a corporate public IP, only corporate public IP. So how I can restrict them so that I cannot access from other IP. So that's a part of your corporate conditional access policy. Those policies we can do that. Advanced security reports. Advanced security reports like how many users are enabling right now, how many users are disabled, how many users we assign license. Those AD related advanced reports are available in Azure AD Premium. MFA, two-way authentications. So one time when I access with my corporate credential, and second time when I try to access, I need a token from SMS. So MFA is enabled. So SLA is the biggest reason we need to convert Azure AD into a premium. And self-service, I already explained. Azure AD Connect Health. We'll talk about what is Azure AD Connect very deeply. So and Azure AD Connect Health is to identify the status of health service between on-premises sync and Azure. So if in case any issue with the sync service, immediately we get alert with the new feature called Azure AD Connect. And identity management and protection means this is a new security features under the security bucket of Azure, which is a part of your premium P2 license. And that protection means if any unidentified activity found in Azure AD in terms of login from a client side, we immediately get an alert message. So they have some basic AI algorithm at the back end which detect that your activity. Say example, generally you logged in from a US public IP, and suddenly you travel to different continents, and then you try to access. So he got an activity like you are trying to log in from a different public IP, which you are not usually logged in. So they got some algorithm to find out that like protection, like a fraud activity kind of thing this way. So this get a extra alert on top of that. So that's called identity protection and privilege identity management. So these are the very important features which help us, which gives us the information like we have to convert AD into premium, and Microsoft recommends we have to convert standard AD into the premium. So MFA is typically available for premium license for P2, as I said, and you can enable for Azure subscriptions. If you have any subscription comes directly with enterprise mobility and security EMS subscription, there also you can enable it. And if you have any Azure subscription or tenant or Azure AD, which is a part of your Office 365, there also you can enable multi-factor authentication. And you can integrate MFA only in cloud, and you can integrate on-prem server as well. So you have both privilege available to use the deployment option either in cloud or on premises. So when you go to the MFA settings, you will get some additional options like, as I said, fraud alert message. Second option is one-time bypass. One-time bypass is, suppose you are traveling some different continent, your mobile is not working. So before you're traveling, or after traveling as well, when your mobile is not working and you are not getting the SMS code, So in that case, you send an email to your admin. They can allow you to use your application without using MFA. That's called one-time bypass. They can allow for one day specific reason. Custom voice messages. Whenever you try to log in on to the portal, and after portal, you can accept custom voice messages like a welcome messages. Trusted IP. MFA can understand only the trusted IP from a corporate network, and only it allow if you try to access only from those public IP as the internet. App password, you can define a specific password for each application, like a second password while accessing. Then if you forget that password, then definitely user need to contact by some other methods. So those methods are uh, like email, SMS, or hash code through a app service. So for that, they require some kind of additional information while resetting their password. So those information is required app. And finally, trusted device. We have in IT, we have a concept called BYOD, bring your own device at company premises. So so there is a option where you can you can you can trust that device which you are using so frequently. In those cases, they can remember your password as well as a trusted device.